Is having solar in Las Vegas worth it? That's what we're talking about today. So let's roll. Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. And today we're going to be talking about having solar in Las Vegas. Is it worth it? Especially if you are thinking about resale and what it means when you sell your home. Is it good or is it bad? Right?
Let's dive in. Let's find out.
Yes. But before we get started, I'm Angela O'Hare, a local favorite Las Vegas realtor.
And I'm Damien, Angela's sidekick.
And if you are thinking about buying a home here in Las Vegas, you can always call me at
702-370-5112.
So let's get started. If you're a Las Vegas homeowner contemplating getting solar panels, you're likely considering both the immediate energy savings and the potential impact on your home's resale value. With over 310 sunny days annually, Las Vegas offers an ideal environment for solar energy. But is the investment worthwhile, especially when it comes time to sell your home? So we're going to have different little topics, right? We're going to go over different discussions and tips and everything about solar. All right?
Yeah. Solar in Las Vegas. Is it worth it?
Let's dive into it.
Las Vegas's abundant sunshine makes it one of the top U.S. cities for solar energy production. Homeowners can expect significant reductions in electricity bills with average annual savings around $1,909. Over a 25-year period, this can amount to savings exceeding $39,000. The average cost for a 7.2 kilowatt solar system in Las Vegas is approximately $20,520 before incentives. After applying the 30% federal tax credit, the net cost drops to about $14,364.
So the reason why we're doing this video is we are recently going through getting solar and we had to do our research and we wanted to share that with you, right? The most important tip, yes, is to do your research and look at Google, look at the reviews, maybe get a couple of estimates, right? So we decided to go with a local company here in Las Vegas called SolUp. They've been around since 2009 and they had outstanding reviews.
Yes, very important to us.
Yes, exactly. Our total cost for the solar system, plus all the little bells and whistles, which we'll go into in a minute, costs a little over $48,000. Right?
It's a good chunk of change.
We got 40 Meyer Burger top of the line solar panels.
Yes, very nice.
We also got the Tesla Powerwall 3 with the inverter, the Span Smart Panel, as well as the Tesla Universal EV car charger. I am the type of person, either you go all out or you go home. Right?
Yes, she's like that with everything.
Everything. I need to have all the bells and whistles.
The pool.
Yes.
Yes.
So then we had to think about what our total yearly cost was that we spent on energy or electricity. And we spent a little over $3,100.
Yeah, that's about right.
So then we figure, okay, $3,100, the panels are a little over $48,000 divided by $3,100, and it would take us a little over 15 years to recoup our initial investment, which is a lot of money.
It's a long time.
It's a long time. But the good news is that they have an incentive with the IRS where you can get 30% on your tax return.
Incentive. Yeah, nice.
Incentive.
That's very nice.
So with that tax credit, we get another additional $14,522.
Ooh, that's good. We need that.
We needed that. So that brought down our total solar costs to
around
$33,886 to be exact. Okay.
Dang. Look at you with the numbers.
And then so now if you divide our energy costs of $3,100 divided by that $33,000 and change,
14.
It would take us 10.9 years to recoup the investment.
Much better.
So that means we're stuck in this house for another 11 years. Just kidding. So you got to do the math. Is it worth it, right? We're going to go over why, if it's worth it, to go ahead and get it. The point is, if you plan on getting solar, consider the length of time you will stay in your home to justify the costs, right? Is it worth it? Yes. But if you plan on staying in your home and not selling for 11 years.
At least in our case.
In our case, right.
Now, there is an important note. While this is an average cost for your solar system, it may not be enough to completely eliminate your electric bill, because many homes, especially larger ones or those with pools or high energy consumption, may require a bigger system to fully offset power usage. Always request a custom analysis based on your actual usage history before committing to any system's size.
Exactly. Like our house is 3,300 square feet. We wanted as much panels to produce enough energy so we don't have that utility bill.
We want to cover all of it.
Yeah, exactly. Most homes probably are half the size, so that's why it's half the cost. But if you do get that 30% tax credit, it could be worth the savings.
Might take advantage of going as many panels as you can get then in that sense.
Exactly. I wanted to go over a pro tip, and I thought about this as a real estate agent. You know, I'm always thinking of the smart things to do. And a lot of people don't think of this, but if you live in an older home, I highly recommend it getting inspected by a roofer. And if you need new underlayment, because our house is 33 years old.
We needed it.
We put in all new underlayment and had them replace all the broken tiles so that when they install the solar system or the solar panels on the roof, it's practically a new roof and we won't have any issues. Now, if your home's only 5 years old, then you don't have to worry about it. But if your home is 10 years old and older, then I highly recommend you getting your roof inspected first before you even install the solar.
Yeah, because the solar is going to be up there a long time, and you want to make sure that stuff lasts.
Exactly. And a lot of people don't think of it. You know, as a realtor, we sell homes that have solar. We've had home inspections, and the roof was not in the best of shape. You can't even replace the roof or the underlayment where the panels are because you have the panels there.
And sometimes you're positive, you know, you have solar panels that are paid for, that's a positive, but the roof underlayment is not in good shape. And so now it's a problem that needs to be addressed.
Exactly. So now I'm going to go over the impact on resale value, which is very important. Installing solar panels can enhance the home's market appeal, but only under the right conditions, okay? If the system is owned outright and paid off, your home will likely sell faster and for more money. Energy efficiency and lower utility costs are highly attractive features for today's home buyers. Studies show that homes with owned solar systems can sell for around 4.5% more than comparable non-solar homes. For a medium-priced home in Las Vegas, this could mean $9,000 plus in savings added value.
We'll take all the edge we can get.
Yes. However, if the solar system is financed, leased, or through a power purchase agreement, resale can be very tricky. Many buyers are very hesitant to assume the lease, the financing loan, or the power purchase agreement. I have a lot of buyers avoiding looking at houses if that solar is not paid off.
Yes, because there's a contract, everything.
Because what happens is the new buyer is going to have to get approved through the lease or through the financial institution to take over that lease or loan. So it's very important that if you are considering going solar, those different types of options and what it's going to do to your resale value.
Gotta think about the future.
Exactly. These obligations can most certainly complicate escrow, reduce buyer interest, and potentially delay the sale. Always consider how your method of solar installation might impact your exit strategy if you plan to sell in the near future.
Great pro tip.
Yeah.
Here are some considerations before installing solar. While the benefits of solar in Las Vegas are substantial, there are a few key details to weigh carefully. Duration of stay. If you plan to live in the home for at least 5 to 7 years, you're more than likely to recoup your investment through energy savings and appreciation in home value.
As we mentioned in the beginning.
Right, exactly.
You got to think, how long am I going to be in this home? If I plan on selling in a couple of years, it's not worth getting solar.
Yep.
Because it's going to take, you're not going to recoup the cost of it.
And then there's again what she mentioned, ownership versus leasing. Now this, when you're owning your solar system, this typically adds more resale value than leasing. Leased systems can be a turnoff for buyers who don't want to assume an existing lease agreement. Ownership versus power purchase agreements, or what is commonly called PPA. With a PPA, you don't own the system. You simply buy the electricity it produces at a fixed rate. This often results in lower monthly bills, but it doesn't increase your home's value since you don't actually own the panels. Additionally, PPAs can complicate resale, as the agreement may need to be transferred to the new homeowner. And then there's ownership versus financing. Financing allows you to make monthly payments toward owning the system outright. Over time, this can result in substantial long-term savings and boost resale values, providing the loan terms are favorable and the system is in good condition. But buyers are still turned off because they don't want to assume an existing solar loan, as Angela mentioned.
Yeah, so I want to go back to the leasing aspect. And most lease terms, you start out at a certain dollar amount, and through that 30-year agreement, you don't own the solar panels. That price increases. And is it going to be enough? Are you still going to have a utility bill on top of that lease payment? Is that even worth it? Another example is if you're financing and your monthly payments are $260 a month, right? On a 2,000 square foot home, is that worth it? Is your utility bills going to compensate for that monthly payment? Does that make sense? Because
on average, if we average it out,
so we have a 3,300 square foot home during this time of year, the springtime, when we're not using too much AC or energy. Our monthly bill is $119. Okay, in the summertime in this big house, it's about $500-$600.
Yeah, it's expensive.
But if I was financing it, my monthly payments would be more because I would get more panels to justify it. But is that monthly finance worth it? I don't think it's worth it.
Right, because you have to take the entire year and average it out.
And
some months are more than others.
Exactly. So 3,100 divided by 12, how much is that a month that we would be spending?
Yes.
So that
was our average.
Let's look at that.
Because we averaged 3,100 and we checked, we did the math.
Yeah, 3,100 divided by 12 months is $258.
So $258 a month on average is what we would spend.
And then if I had monthly at $260, that doesn't make sense.
Yeah. I guess you're kind of betting on the fact that the energy companies are going to raise prices and hopefully you just stay at one rate.
Yeah, that doesn't, because we had a client going to buy a house. It was like a 2,000 square foot house, and their monthly solar payments was $260. So
yeah, that's right at the line right there.
But their house is smaller.
That's true.
And they're not going to produce that much energy. So you're paying more on the monthly financing than your energy.
So these are all things you have to take in consideration when you run the math. So that's good. I'm glad you brought that up.
Yeah, because again, you want to resell your home, right?
Yeah.
As a realtor, I'm here to sell it, but you got to be smart about it. Now, this is my favorite topic.
Okay.
My favorite topic is desirable solar upgrades buyers love, okay? These days, solar isn't just about panels on the roof. It's about smart energy solutions. Many homeowners in Las Vegas are adding premium features that not only boost convenience, but can also help their home stand out when selling. Okay. So as a real estate agent,
we see it all the time.
And that's why I wanted all the bells and whistles, because I'm always thinking, when I resell this home, are they going to like this? They're going to want this.
We're exposed to it every day.
Yeah. Another popular thing is the Tesla Powerwall. They have the Tesla Powerwall 3, which has the inverter. There's other Tesla Powerwalls, or there's other batteries, right? Do your research and see when you call the solar company what they have, but I highly recommend getting a battery backup for your solar energy, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah. So the Tesla Powerwall is a sleek home battery that stores excess solar energy for use at night or during outages. Buyers love the energy independence and peace of mind. So what happens is during the day, lots of solar is coming. That's going to your battery pack. And whatever excess goes to Nevada Energy, right? At night, when you sleep, instead of getting the excess back from NV Energy, you're going to use your battery and guarantee that you don't have any utility costs except for the monthly NV Energy connection of $20.
Yeah, we have to be all connected to the grid here.
Yeah. So now if there was an outage, we have that backup battery that could probably last us a day, but we're always going to be continuously juicing up that.
Keeps our steaks from thawing.
Exactly. Another highly recommended item is a universal EV car charger. We got the Tesla EV universal charger. We don't have an
EV. We don't have
an EV car right now.
That's
but
ridiculous.
I'm thinking that for resale purposes, people are going to want to have it, and eventually we may get an EV car.
And then next car is probably
But
an EV.
I'm always thinking ahead. Right? So for resale, a lot of people from California come to Vegas. They have their Tesla cars, they have their EV cars, and it's already great to have that EV charger.
You been to Summerlin? You know how many Teslas are in Summerlin?
Yeah. And the last addition that we just recently learned about is the SPAN Smart Panel.
Novelty.
A modern electrical panel that gives homeowners real-time control over their energy usage, including smart automation and backup prioritization. And let me tell you, we don't have our solar hooked up officially yet because we just got the panels, but
ridiculous.
we can operate the smart SPAN panel, and we have an app for it. So we're looking at where all our energy is being consumed at, right?
It'll take hours of your life away from you.
Yes.
It'll suck you in.
But it's worth investigating because we're like, really? That uses that much energy?
Wow, 4 watts.
It makes you a little more conscious of your energy consumption, right?
Yeah.
Because before I used to leave the kitchen lights on in the morning because it was kind of dark, but now I'm going to turn it off because I'm like, oh, wow.
Quite an education.
I see my circuits being used, right? So YouTube Studio right now, we're only using 82 watts, right?
Scotty, more power to the HVAC.
So again, it's a super awesome feature to have. I'm sure if you're into solar, you've watched a lot of solar videos on YouTube, but I highly recommend it because it also connects to the Tesla Powerwall. It talks to that Powerwall, so that way, you have a whole operating system.
Yeah, gives it what it needs. It's
Yeah.
all smart. Adding these extras makes your solar system more attractive, tech-forward, and future-proof. Homes with energy storage, EV readiness, and smart panels can often sell faster and for more, especially to younger or eco-conscious buyers looking for turnkey sustainability.
So our final thoughts, is solar worth it in Las Vegas? And that could be yes or no, right? With endless sunshine,
Sun lives here.
rising energy costs, and growing buyer demand for energy efficient homes, solar can be a smart investment in Las Vegas, but only if it's done right.
If you own the system outright and consider adding smart features like a Tesla Powerwall, universal EV charger, or SPAN smart panel, your home becomes more attractive, future ready, and potentially more valuable.
However, if your solar system is leased, financed, or under a power purchase agreement, PPA, it could complicate the selling process and limit your buyer pool. Solar is worth it in Las Vegas when it's aligned with your long-term goals and set up enhanced resale value, not hinder it. Again, it's worth it if you plan on staying in your home to recoup the investment, right? If you plan on staying in your home for a couple years, it's not worth it. If you plan on staying in your home for 10 years, it's worth it.
Yeah, cost-wise for
Yeah,
sure.
you got to do the math, folks. How much is the solar system cost? How much is your yearly energy cost? Divide that, see how many years you have on it, and see if you're going to stay in the home.
Yeah.
Yeah. But again, most thing that's attractive to buyers is a paid off solar system Of course they like the batteries, but again, our buyers, the most important thing is paid off.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's what they're looking for, number one.
Number one is paid off. They don't want to deal with the financing. They don't want to deal with lease.
We hear it all the
And
time.
they don't want to deal with the power purchase agreement. Because in my mind, those terms of those financing do not make sense. Prime example of that one that was $250 or $260 a month,
Yeah.
right? Are you going to build enough? Is your energy bill even worth that $260 a month? What happens if you're only paying $200 a month, or we're paying $200 a month in energy, and you have a $260 finance bill? It doesn't make sense to me. Anyway, if you would like to buy a home here in Vegas, I am your favorite Las Vegas realtor. Give me a call at
702-370-5112, and I'll come along as well.
And let us know in the comments if you have solar and if it's owned, financed, leased, or PPA. And what are your thoughts?
Please share it.
Anyway, folks, thank you guys so much for watching. We can't wait to see you on the next one.